Tourism Central Australia has put together an awesome campaign. It's called See More, Save More. And here we are partnering with TCA for this campaign and interviewing the various tourism operators in and around Alice Springs and the Red Centre. And in the process of doing so, we're going to be inviting a lot of various tourism operators here in Central Australia to tell us a little bit more about their particular experience they're offering to people to come and be a part of our ancient and live, rugged and beautiful neck of the woods over here. A very powerful place is the Red Centre of Australia, and no other person knows that better when it comes to our friends over there at the Earth Sanctuary. Dan Falzon joins me in the studio today. Good to have you here. Thank you for taking the time.
It's been too long.
It has been a long time, but it's also been a long time. We've been chatting for all these many years and watching that organisation and establishment of yours grow from literally grassroots. Oh, shall we say shrubs and shoots?
The buffle.
The buffle. Oh, that's a dirty word out here at the moment.
Yeah.
But you guys have been running accommodation, tours and experiences, and all with a view to, still looking up to the sky above. And is it still going that way, Dan?
Absolutely. If not strongest it's ever been. It's really important. The lion's share of our organisation deals with education programs these days, and learning about sustainability is incredibly important for the future and the foundations for our kids for tomorrow. And it's the message just continues to get stronger.
Now, with this See More, Save More campaign, how does the Earth Sanctuary tie in with that? And how do you see it also working alongside of it?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, Central Australia, what a beautiful place. A huge region, so many great sights to see, huge distances. If I can lean back on, why it's become such an important area for education as well, is because it is a very special place in Australia. It's our, great backyard, and the learning here is phenomenal. Whether you're heading down to the Rock or Kutajuta or the Western Macs and Churchill Country, or just looking at that beautiful night sky, it is an incredible region to learn, to understand more about yourself, and to meet some fantastic people here in Alice Springs. I'm amazed about the continued pursuit of all Australians wanting to see the Red Centre and to come and see this beautiful part of the world. And, often I think we just forget that there is a great pursuit for people who live in dense environments in cities, that they also want to get out. And I think this is, really at the top of their list to go and venture out. There is no greatest place that you think of with amazing landscapes that we do. And, I think people are becoming more spiritual and in that pursuit. What a spot, the Northern Territory, it's just a great environment to travel, to see. And I think genuinely people feel good about coming here and leaving. There's a lovely sense of power, as you mentioned before. About being here in the Red Centre. You learn about yourself, and that's pretty powerful.
When it comes to the Earth Sanctuary, you guys have been, initially starting off as ecotourism and, and envirotourism and stuff like that. And, we have no shortage of big sky to look at over here. Is that still a very strong part of the ethos of behind Earth Sanctuary's, place in tourism in Central Australia?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, and you're right. We in the late 90s, all members of my family, my two brothers, mum and dad, concerned about the planet and diminishing resources, and we still are heavily focused on sustainability and teaching better ways and finding solutions. We have found over the years that astronomy offers a great opportunity to unite people from all around the world. There's great knowledge about who we are and what we are. All cultures have their own incredible stories about the past, whether we're talking about the zodiacs or star signs or the great stories that are portrayed out there in the night sky. It brings human beings together, and that's what we love about teaching astronomy, and it remains a really strong part of our organisation. We'd love to put more programs on, just other parts of the businesses have also exploded, but we love getting underneath the night sky. Tom and I call it the Great Barrier Reef of the sky. We're seeing many more companies also now embedding astronomy into their programs for that very good reason, is that you turn off the lights, and it is a magical part of our existence. And as you and I were talking about off air, which is my favourite conversation with you, I've got to say, is that there is a lot of knowledge out there in the night sky, and I think the answers that are out there can help us know a little bit more about who we are and what we are.
And we need to connect with it. And the best way to do that is open yourself to it. And
Yes.
as I like to say, I like to call it staring into the face of space. And sometimes that's the best place to be. When it comes to your events that you have out there, you can cater for anything as small as a few groups, a few people, right up to major events, right? And that's still happening over there at the Earth Sanctuary?
Yeah, look, our restaurant doesn't stop these days. So all throughout summer, we continue to deal with inbound operators, and we will deal with probably a handful of selected events out at the sanctuary. But of course, we can deal with numbers up to 250, and so a lot of weddings, a lot of programs where we can get them in. We've been really fortunate that we've had a really strong drive from schools in and around Australia wanting to be here.
Yep.
So wherever we can fit them in now above those programs, and their numbers up to 200 at a time, taking them through the desert. So
Your hands are full.
it's a good place to be, but we're also very happy that we're dealing with subjects which are important for students and for guests that come and do the astronomy programs. They're all relevant conversations in today's world.
For sure. And relevant also is this now when we talk about Tourism Central Australia and encouraging people in Alice Springs and Central Australia, indeed all the Northern Territory, Australia altogether, to see more, save more. And part of that is being able to take advantage of a 25% off accommodation, tours, experiences and other such events that are happening within tourism operators. So you're a part of Tourism Central Australia, obviously, and you feature on the Tourism Central Australia website, is that right?
Yep, that's
so
correct.
People just need to follow the links to find out what Earth Sanctuary is offering in that context, is that right? Yep.
Absolutely, mate. So jump onto the TCA website. There's our tours there, of course. There's a bunch of tours there, of course, if you just want to get out and about, see which organisations are participating. And we're very fortunate here in Central Australia. It's not just Earth Sanctuary and astronomy. There's some really fantastic operators out there as well. And I think it's June 3, correct me if I'm wrong, is when it's all finishing up. So if you've got some time in between now and then, take the opportunity and get out there.
Earth Sanctuary, a big part of Alice Springs, and once more located up there off Colonel Rose Drive.
Colonel Rose Drive. We're 15 minutes south of town.
Yep.
And just out enough to have those beautiful skies.
Follow the signs. If you're at Jupiter, you've gone too far.
If you've gone too well, a little too far.
Just before you go, I want to know, were you observing the Artemis's groovy moon loop return to Earth?
Look, it's certainly an interesting...
Allegedly.
Throw it in there. We might as well. We can only follow it online, as you know, mate. So, look, we wish any space mission the best of luck. Let me just leave it there.
Keep your eyes on it, and you can too at the Earth Sanctuary. They've got the telescopic equipment to do just that. It'll be an amazing time. Look it up, Earth Sanctuary, another great Alice Springs local experience for locals and visitors alike, and the See More, Save More campaign, and we'll be back again with more for Tourism Central Australia on this radio station.